What's that sound? It's for amusement only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast. Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. So I lied to you yesterday. I forgot one of the machines I'm most excited about is coming to the York Show, and that's a United Caravan. United was the famous competitor to Bally during the 50s, and Caravan is a gorgeous game. It has beautiful artwork, but we'll get to that. Let's talk about gameplay first, and some of the reasons why I'm so excited about it. This game has United's Light a Name feature, which, when lit all the way, will award you all kinds of goodies in the gameplay. The game has a special pocket feature, which is similar to the Bally Hole. If you've listened to the Nightclub podcast, you heard about the Bally Hole. It's a special hole that you try to make the ball into, and when you do, when the feature's lit, it will award you something special. In this case, it awards you all 3 extra balls if you make that in on your next game. So it's a carryover feature, which is cool. It has red diagonals. Now, you've heard all about red diagonals as far as Dixieland goes, and Nashville, and High Flyer over the course of the show, but you haven't heard about United's red diagonals. United's red diagonals are special in that they work kind of like a super section. If you get 3 in line in the red diagonals, it scores as 4, and if you get 4 in line, it scores as 5. That's ridiculously powerful. What a great feature from the player's perspective, because you can rack up some serious replays. I'm assuming that the way that the mixers or whatever comparable randomizer units are installed in this game like that feature only rarely. There's also another section of the back glass, and this may be an extra feature, or it may automatically come on as part of the red diagonals, that red diagonals score separately. So you can get different 3 in lines on 2 different red diagonals, and it'll score twice, which is also insane. This game does not have triple deck scoring, it's got single deck scoring. So it's got to keep track of each individual way that a particular number can win. On top of that, this is a moving numbers game. Now, United only made a couple of types of moving numbers. This one has what's called the roto feature. Now, the roto allows the numbers in the back glass. If you think of the bingo card, it's 5 by 5, right? 25 numbers. Well, you have the outermost ring of numbers, so that's 16 numbers. Those do not move. Then you have the next closer ring of numbers, let's see, 8 numbers, and those do move. And then you have the center number, which also does not move. Now, that second ring of numbers moves in a circle, similarly to the way that the magic squares work, but it's moving 8 numbers at once instead of 4. This is also very powerful, and the numbers rotate around the center 16, which is pretty helpful. So you can position the numbers into a regular inline win or a red diagonal. Pretty cool. Now, it's a moving numbers game, and many of those have extended time trees. This is no exception. This United game has an extended time tree with before 4th and before 5th. Now, it's also got corner scoring. If you land a ball in all 4 corners, it's going to score as if you got 5 in a line. Then, if that wasn't enough, it's got a feature where you can spot a number, and you can actually choose which number it spots. Now, you have to choose before shooting your 4th ball or your 5th ball, depending on where the time tree falls. So the time tree extends in the same way for the roto feature and for the select spot. That's pretty fantastic. So let's talk a bit about rollover buttons. This game's got them, but they're not for the extended time tree like you might expect. Instead, the spots light on the left-hand side. If you roll over the button, it will spot the numbers 5 and 8. Or, if you roll over the right-hand side, it'll spot 2 and 15. Well, this is, again, pretty powerful. You have ways to spot numbers that will help you earn a hit all over the place. So if you have all the features racked up on this game, then it could be very easy for you to actually win an awful lot of replays very quickly. On top of that, there's the light a name, which I mentioned. And in order to light the name, you have to hit the rollovers, but they have to be lit for either feature, either the spot or the light a name. So there's lots of skill involved in increasing your wins to the max here. Now, here's the unfortunate thing. I don't know exactly what that light a name feature does in this game. In several of the games, it will award you a 5 in a line, but I'm not sure what it does for Caravan. So that's yet another powerful way to win replays, if in fact it does actually give you a 5 in a line. The artwork on this backglass is very nice. The objects and things which are set out in front of a tent are very nicely integrated with the odds. You have a couple of ladies dancing, and they've got some fabric that is hooked onto bracelets, and that swirls around them and also contains odds. You've got some camels crossing in the background, palm trees. It's a very attractive backglass. In fact, I think it's the most attractive of any of the roto feature backglasses that United produced. On the sides of the cabinet, the stencil are more ladies dancing in silhouette and palm trees. And then the playfield is, you guessed it, yet more ladies. I think this game is going to be very fun both to work on, since it's so incredibly different from the Bally Bingos, and I've never worked on a United, but also to play, because there's so much to do. Now, I'm currently in negotiations to pick this up at the Orc Show, so hopefully that all goes well, and that will be placed right into the free play. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you again for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the Bingos line. That's 724-BINGOS1, 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter, at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at nbaldridge, or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.